Namaste. Welcome to our channel Radish Chartered Accountant. Today I'm just discussing about foreign direct investment. What is called a foreign direct investment? Foreign direct investment means when an abroad person or a non-resident person wants to invest in a company or a partnership firm or some other industry in India, implications, rules, procedures, etc. that should be followed under the FEMA Act 1999 is discussed in this video. Foreign direct investment means a person has been making investment in India through a company in India, an abroad person itself. Investments can be done through the equity instruments itself. The next company, if a foreign investment person or a foreign entity makes an investments in an Indian company in which establish an Indian company, which the Indian entity or resident does not have no control. Investment procedures briefly well explained in the portal of the Government of India. That is called the Foreign Investment Facilitation Portal, www.fifgov.in. Government has described the rules and regulations, etc. of whatever thing or the application, etc. described in that thing. Next thing is that suppose if I just want to make an arms and ammunition company, I just applied for the Defense Department. So arms and ammunition can only be made through Home Ministry. If I'm just making through Defense Department, DPIIT, Department for Promotion of Industrial and Internal Trading in India, who has this monitoring these kind of this foreign facilitation portal, will guide us transfer the application to the concerned ministry if we apply irregularly to a concerned ministry itself. There is a standard operating procedures for these ministries to approve application itself. Well explained that if that application not going through the standard operating procedures, they will ask them for the further details, or otherwise they will reject the application itself. But most probably India government is very supportive in the accepting the applications, whatever that's coming through it. Single window procedure is there. The thing that is to be followed by the foreign entities, that they will have to follow all the Indian rules and regulations in India, like any kind of Indian rules in the state, also in the central government. They will be depositing the investment in some of the states, so they will have to follow that state rule, the central government rules, etc. If an existing company, if the foreign entity is investing in an existing company, or the Indian entity want to improve, already has an investment, they want to improve or expand it itself. Foreign entity is investing in the existing company, and the existing company does not have and the investment does not exceed rupees 5 lakh crores itself. Automatic route, that is the direct route, is that there is no such kind of approval is required. If the entity's expansion plan or the is more than the 5 lakh rupees, then only the government approval route is required. And also if the government approval is required, that is above 5 lakhs crores is invested in the India itself, Ministry of Economic Affairs, the Cabinet of Economic Affairs will also have to approve the proposal itself. Companies of NRI company or the non-resident company is sharing the land borders of India, that is it's a Pakistan company or a Bangladeshi company, etc. Then also the government approval is required. Then the automatic route will not be applied. Then the government approval is required for that companies. The countries in which the company is incorporated shares the land borders with the India itself. How could an Indian company be established, or the Indian company can issue the shares to the foreign entity? That's what I'm describing next itself. An Indian company can issue shares or share warrants or convertible debentures to a non-resident person. In that way, the non-resident person can purchase it through, if it is a listed company, they can purchase it through the stock exchange itself, or in other cases, a private limited company, they can make it as a transfer of arrangement also. The investment can also be made through Indian company. They also, that is the other foreign entity, can also invest or establish an Indian company through share warrants, equity investments, convertible debentures, etc. etc. A share warrant is absolutely described what is in the Companies Act itself. A convertible debentures means it is partly a debenture, that is partly a loan, or partly shares also. A partly issued shares can also be vested itself, because if you are investing only 100 rupees shares, I'm just paying only 50 rupees, then also the investment can be possible itself. The other ways that can be invested is that if the company requires some loan, which is we shared some loans, etc. It has some loans, it requires some fund also. That loans can be taken over by the foreign entity also. In that way also it can be done. If it is importing, Indian company is trying to import machinery to India, they will not have any fund itself. There is scarcity of fund. In that way also, the importing funds can be given by the foreign entity. In that way also, the foreign direct investments can be done. If there is some pre-investment expenses in a company, because if a company is starting, there will be some pre-incorporation expenses itself, and the company by that pre-incorporation expenses drawn out of their fund itself, and they require some more fund to hand it over, or they want to sell the shares. In that way, the pre-incorporation expenses also can be refunded or reimbursed by the foreign entity through the equity investments also. It can be they are a foreign collaboration, etc. also, they can also make it out. These are the preliminary things that should be done in the foreign direct investments. Thank you for watching this video. Hope everybody liked this video and share this video. Put your comments in your comment box and wait for my subsequent videos in shortly itself. Once again, thank you.